We had good conversation. Good conversation. I introduce myself. You introduce yourself. This was very good.
It's such a cracking movie. I don't care what anybody says. And welcome back to Students of Gaming. Just reminiscing about The Last Samurai while we deal with this weapon.
That's right.
This weapon-based game.
Oh.
Oh man.
That's such a good movie.
It was. It was. We were having a little conversation about how a lot of people dismiss it because they see Tom Cruise on the cover and they see Last Samurai.
Watch the movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah, right.
What's his name? KY, do you remember the guy's name offhand? The Japanese actor? He's been in a couple other things.
Ken Watanabe?
Yeah. Ken Watanabe. Yeah, he's in that movie, and he is really good.
He is, yeah. Definitely.
And his sister in the movie is fine.
Yeah,
That's right.
She can get it.
She can get it. She can get it. She can get it.
Jolly good.
Jolly good. That's right.
Yeah, the Archer was super cool.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, when I saw that movie, it's a senior in high school, I think.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I thought that movie was so badass when I was 17 years old.
Well, it was okay. So I hope you don't mind if I tell this story.
You're gonna tell it wrong. So
okay, well, feel free.
Actually, KY, you were in the car too.
Okay, let's hear it.
Feel free to correct me. Okay, so I believe it was us three, and our friends Jeff and Ricky. That tells you how long ago that was. We were driving. There at the time there weren't really any theaters close to our area, even in the city. So we had to go about 20 minutes north to a theater, and it was during the winter, and the roads were pretty icy at the time. So Tone was driving, and he was getting off the off ramp. And the off ramp was instead of it going up or straight, it was going down.
Yeah, I don't remember this dude.
Yeah, I do not know his name or it did. If you hit him when the ice comes down, he just doesn't get it. But I mean, the ice boulders are pretty easy to dodge if you jump backwards because he'll only throw them where you were as opposed to where you're going. So anyways, Tone takes the off ramp a little hot, and the light turns red at the light at the bottom of the ramp. So
It was already red.
Oh, was it already? Okay, so it's already red.
It's just,
so the road was just very slippery.
It was just ice. I just hit some ice, couldn't stop the car, rear-ended somebody at like 10 miles an hour.
What I remember is Tone legit putting up his arms and shouting no.
That did not happen though.
He says it doesn't happen.
Because
that's what I remember. I was in the front seat. That's what I remember.
I was in the front seat too.
As a person right next to the driver, that's what I remember. Tone don't die?
I had one hand on the wheel.
Dude, is this guy
Sure.
gonna get fucking dead anytime soon?
Oh, you'll get him, dude.
It's all you, KY.
I mean, KY, Tone has to kind of... Tone kind of has to go for survival here, so just kind of... Yeah, there you go.
You got him.
There you go.
I'll throw a kick in here in a sec. Bring him down here.
So, he hits the guy. The guy comes out, he's like in this van. Oh! There isn't much damage.
There was no damage.
Very minimal to no damage at all. Good job, KY.
I think I bent my mom's
life.
My mother's license plate a little bit. That was the extent of it. His car was fine.
Yeah, so the guy comes out, he's like, what, like a middle-aged dude? Comes out, all I can see is you guys kind of, you didn't really know what was going on. He didn't seem like overly pissed. But he looked at his car, looked at yours, looked at his car, looked at yours, and said, you asked him for insurance information, right?
I just asked him if he wanted to exchange information. Just like, later, dude.
He drops away.
He was bad.
So, obviously he didn't have insurance.
Well, there was nothing. What have the insurance companies done?
Yeah, it would have been an
there was no
unreportable
damage.
accident.
That-
It was under $1,000 damage.
That's also true. It would still increase your premium too, right? 'Cause
If
it
you
actually
report it,
happened.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that I did not understand as a child.
Right.
But at the time, we were like, "Oh, I bet he doesn't have any insurance." So we're like, "Oh man, hope that doesn't put a damper on the evening." But we saw that movie, and it was fucking awesome, and we were all still hyped afterwards, coming out of the movie, quoting it, all the while back home. So yeah, it helped us get over a car accident. So
Car accident.
it was technically a car accident
Bender.
by the technical definition of a
That was
car
the last collision I've had.
I've been in several collisions, none of which were my fault, which sucks.
I'll be honest, I've fucked up in the past, but never too bad.
I feel like it's very hard to be like the times where I was hit. It was just people being
Just negligent.
very stupid. The worst one I was in was driving. I had a 99 Oldsmobile 88. Driving down a very busy street, and out of this guy blows through a stop sign, and I'm going like, I think the speed limit was like 35. I was probably going like 34, and so I still jam on my brakes, and it's not enough to prevent me from slamming into the guy. So this guy was in this Jeep with like 3 kids. And I'm like, what was this person doing? Like, I didn't even get a chance to talk to him because I was wrecked pretty hard right afterwards. Like, I didn't have anything broken or anything, but I was like really dizzy, probably suffered a concussion because that fucking airbag, like, probably knocked me out for at least a few seconds. I thought my car was on fire because I didn't realize the airbag smoke would,
Jeez.
it simulated smoke. And I had just been hit.
He bear hugged me.
I had just been hit, so, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Oh. Okay.
And that's it.
Well,
That's
will...
the end of my story.
Alright. When we return, we will be back to where we just were. And we're back. Did a little level skipping, because didn't want to have to subject everyone, including my students, to having to redo all that over again.
Wait, why do we have 9 lives?
Because we're cats.
Because that cheat
alright.
also gave you 9 lives.
Hey, we should have just started with that cheat.
I honestly have never noticed that ever happened before, or maybe I never did it the correct way. But yeah, so maybe you're right. Maybe we should have just started with that. It would have helped a lot. we probably wouldn't have had to have done that then.
Hey, way to go, KY.
So, I mean, you guys are not bad, especially since this is your first time. This is not a particularly easy beat 'em up because of the enemy positioning and their patterns and their countering, especially, can be really annoying. So yeah, just to put a cherry on top of my awful tasting story, I managed to get myself out of the car because the frame was like crushed at that point, so it was really hard to get out of the door, which I was freaking out about because, again, I thought my car was on fire. And then everybody on the block was like helping me. They're like, "Oh no, don't worry, we're gonna get his insurance information for you." And this is in the hood, just by the way. Not that it means anything, but it's part of the story, so why leave it out? So everybody was really nice. They helped me out. They got all the information that I needed. Somebody called the cops. Cops came. Everybody that helped me immediately left. And they're like, "All right, so you got all the information?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna take the car." The car was totaled, obviously. And then I went home, and I saw the guy and his kids like once, because obviously I still wanted to make sure that they were. Once I heard that he had kids in there, I wanted to make sure that they were okay. But insurance is like, "Guy, you ran through a stop sign in a busy street. This is clearly your fault." So, yeah, that was not a great Great experience.
You got a new car out of it. Eh?
I did get a new car out of it. What's interesting about that, anybody who ever gets into a car accident has to deal with the insurance person from the other side. Do not ever let them screw you. That first car is going to jump out.
And yeah.
So what the guy did is you tell both insurance adjusters, what happened. And so what the guy did was he first offered me, I think he said 75% of the damages plus of what it would cost, plus then the extra stuff that I get for quote-unquote pain and suffering. And of course, being a kid, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds all right. And then he's like, okay, so we're going to give you 70%, like right after I agreed to 75. So I'm like, wait. No. Now that I know you're trying to screw me over, I'm going to see what's up. So I told him I called him back, kind of found out that the most that insurance companies will do in a situation, very rarely will ever go 100-0. But what I found out is that most of those, especially if you're 0% at fault, or close to 0, you can get 85% of it. So that's what I went back to and said. Nope, I want 85. Really, I thought you agreed to 70. And well, no, first of all, I agreed to 75, and then you changed it, so that was really scummy of you. And whoever...
You need to tell me.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
So, yeah, now we're going to do 85, and that's what I eventually ended up getting.
Gosh.
So, but be careful of insurance people. They can try to screw you. Trick with him. If you're underneath him,
He can't attack him.
he can't, but he can't hit you either.
Oh.
Just wait until you can wait to then jump and kick him after he attacks, or after he moves.
Good call. Let's just chill here, KY. You're so bad.
Seems like a design oversight on his part, but I guess he didn't have really a say in the extra arms were created out of his body. Would you look like that in order to have wings?
No. I don't want to look like a giant fly.
He also has a fly swatter, which is
Interesting.
yeah.
Very interesting. It's a masochist.
Yeah, and he's only ever targeting one of you when he shoots down like that, so the other person can then... Yeah. There you go. See? Baxter Stockman is weak.
Hey!
Hey, April. You guys remember me? I can't look after myself. Okay, so this is a bonus... These are bonus stages that I do not believe were in the arcade. So these are fun. These are...
Ooh.
Oh, the person that beat Baxter got the kiss, so Tone got the death blow in there. So you're going to be on the highway, and then the level after this, you're going to be on, like, hoverboard-ish things. So, enjoy.
So this is bonus, hey?
Well, technically, this is just an extra level. The one after it's considered a bonus stage.
Gotcha.
It's not as hard as this one is.
Whoa! Javelins?
Those you cannot hit back, so just try to kill them before. These guys, I highly suggest you jump attack because that counter is really hard to get around because of its reach. And it's pretty fast because all he does is kind of jab it out there. Yeah. Very effective poke.
Rats.
Whoa!
Jeez. Whippersnappers.
In their convertibles. Those robotic foot soldiers in their convertibles. So, next time on Students of Gaming, we'll get through this level, and then we'll get through the ultra fun bonus level after this.
Nice.
So until then, guys, class dismissed.